Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the ATL Show. I'm Peter Marcato alongside Dave Bidmeade. The run to the finals is on, Dave, and we're looking forward to it.
It is, Pete. We're over halfway through the season in all conferences and valuable matches coming up in these next couple of rounds.
Our feature this week is on the Western Australian Conference. The WA Conference of the ATL is being played at the State Tennis Centre in Perth, and there is one team that is dominating the men's and women's sections.
They certainly are, Pete, the Giants. It's all about the Giants in the WA Conference. They are on fire. In the women's, they've only dropped one set, Pete, of all competition, and also in the men's, only 4 sets throughout the competition.
Yeah, it's certainly a dominant force out there, and to find out exactly why that's happening, we caught up with Giants player Miles Armstrong. Our feature player for this episode is Jess Moore from the Giants, and she's had a wonderful 2012. It continues here, Dave.
She has, Pete. She's climbed back up the rankings and she's been in some great form. She's carried that over into the ATL and she's been leading the way for the Giants in that WA Conference. Got the win here over Sophie Allen Fisher 4-3, 4-0, winning that first set in a tie-break. Always crucial in this format, Pete.
Oh, absolutely, and it does set you up nicely. You can take confidence into the second set, and with the games only going to 4, it is so crucial to get the early games on the board.
That's right. Great experience for Sophie Allen Fisher playing someone like Jess Moore, who's played Grand Slams in the past, so really valuable for her. But Jess Moore being the superstar player over there in WA.
Yeah, got the Grand Slam experience as well. After the match, we had the opportunity to catch up with Jess. So that's our look at the WA Conference. In our next episode, we'll be taking a closer look at the South Australian Conference. But in the meantime, it's that segment that, well, you've just pretty much named after yourself.
I have, Pete. That's right. Bidmeade's Play of the Week, and it's coming from Canberra this time. Great party atmosphere down there in Canberra. Hundreds of people that had the AO trophies. They had bouncy castles for the players getting involved there, I hear. And also some ACT Brumbies players coming out and playing an exhibition match. So really fantastic to see everyone getting behind this ATL competition down there in Canberra.
Yeah, it was an incredible atmosphere. It was a split round. They played some matches on the Saturday, some matches on the Sunday, and kept progressing through at the National Sports Centre. Let's take a look at the ladders and how they stand around the country. In the South Australian Conference, on the men's side, Glenlee is leading by 1 point over the Tigers. Then comes the Titans, Tea Tree Gully, the Drive and the Lions. On the women's side of things, the Flagstaff Freighters are well out in front from the Saints, Lions, Tea Tree Gully, the Drive and the Sharks.
In the Victorian Conference in the men's side, the Liston Seagulls remain undefeated, heading the way from the Dingley Dingoes, the Classics and Warriors all vying for that valuable second position. In the women's section, the Frankston Firebirds are leading the way from the Classics, the Demons and the Warriors, and in last position, the Rangers.
In New South Wales and the ACT, ATP Sydney is well out on top, having not dropped a match so far. Then comes the Velocity, the Wizards, the Tigers and the Oz Stars. On the women's side of things, the Velocity leads the way, undefeated on 22 points. Then comes the Steelers, Avengers, City Community Tennis and the Oz Stars.
In the Queensland Conference, in the men's side of things, the Tennis Brisbane Chargers are leading the way. On equal second, the Bidmeade Blaze and the Tornadoes are fighting it out, followed by the Shore Park Sharks, the Sunshine Coast Breakers and the Toowoomba Tigers. In the women's section, the Shore Park Sharks are leading the way from the Bidmeade Blaze, the Tigers and Breakers in third and fourth, followed by the two Tennis Brisbane teams, the Tornadoes and Chargers, rounding it out.
In WA, as we mentioned, the Giants have a stranglehold on the men's side of things. Then comes the Sharks, Mosquitoes and Dolphins. And the same for the women's. The Giants well out in front, the battle for the minor placings between the Ballbursters, Swans and Mad Dogs. Well, that's about it for this episode of the ATL Show. And Dave, the run to the finals is on.
That's right, Pete. Some crucial matches coming up in the next couple of rounds, and the best tennis is yet to come, no doubt.
To keep up to date with what's happening in the ATL, you can check out tennis.com.au/competitions. You can log on to the Facebook page and also catch us on Twitter. Use the hashtag ATL Show. And we look forward to your company in our next episode where we take a closer look at the SA conference.